So if you're planning to go on a trip camping and you think everything is going to go smoothly and nothing bad's going to happen,
Not gonna happen.
yeah, you probably shouldn't even buy a camper.
Like the Boy Scout motto, be prepared. Well, actually, I dated Boy Scout once.
Me too.
What?
At the end of the day, the camping trip, weather will have a lot to do with it. It's not always going to cooperate.
For sure. Literally here in Florida especially, you can have a swimsuit on one day and a snow shovel and a snowsuit on the next day.
It's pretty drastic.
Yeah.
Yeah, sometimes the weather just doesn't cooperate with you and you're stuck inside for an entire week.
Could you imagine being stuck in a camper all week with this guy?
Hey, that was hurtful. So pack rain gear so you can still venture out, as well as board games and things like that to keep you busy if you're stuck inside.
And also don't forget to bring a small toolkit.
For today's episode of I Can Fix That, or hey look, I'm a plumber now.
So other things you may want to consider bringing on your camping trip: flashlight, very important, first aid kit, and duct tape. Duct tape can be used for a lot of things, and it can also save your entire camping trip.
The bottom line is to expect the unexpected and just go with the flow. No good story ever came from everything going perfect.
So Levi, picture this. We're going down the road, got our new RV, weather's perfect, there's not a soul in sight, nobody to be seen for miles, the landscape is amazing. Doesn't that sound awesome?
That sounds fantastic.
Well, wake up, because that is not what it is really like.
Yeah, there's going to be traffic. Sometimes when you get to the campground, it's going to be difficult to fit into your spot. You're going to have someone there giving you directions inch by inch while you're trying to maneuver your way into it.
Yep, and then once you are in this spot, sometimes it's not going to be quite the beachfront scenery you imagined. You may be staring at the bathroom or right into your neighbor's camper.
What have you? You'll eventually forget to fill the propane, and you'll run out exactly when you need it the most, when you're either using it for heat or someone's in the shower and they just put half a bottle of shampoo in their hair.
Ugh.
Sure, some of the amenities and setups may be less than you imagined and situations can be a bit stressful.
Yeah, but you know, at the end of the day, when you're sitting around the campfire with your family and you're seeing all their smiling faces, it's well worth it.
Yeah, a small little section of uncomfortableness is a small price to pay for all the memories you're going to make.
So just remember, it may not be as glamorous as you thought in your mind, but it's going to be just as special. So the first thing, never, ever, ever be in a rush. I mean, especially when you're camping, that means on the way to get to the campground and once you're actually at the campground.
Yeah, there are plenty of vacation options that are fast-paced and full of excitement, but the reason why people love camping so much is because of the peace that it brings you. So too many people try to pack so much into the trip that they just don't leave time to just relax.
Yeah, they forget. And try to be on camping time. When it happens, it happens.
What time are we going to dinner? Whenever we get hungry.
What time we go to the lake? Whenever we get there.
Is everyone is in the swimming pool and they're all just having the best time ever, and you're like, oh, I got to pull everybody out because we got this dinner reservation that we made 3 months ago.
Why would you do that?
Exactly.
I don't know. Or is everyone having a lazy morning around the camper? And all of a sudden everybody has to jump up and panic and go get the rental bikes before the trip even starts.
This is not to say that you shouldn't go out to dinner or you shouldn't take a bike ride. Just saying, don't paint yourself into a corner where you're obligated to go on someone else's schedule.
Yeah, and on the way to the campground, just remember, there isn't a prize for getting there first, so let the breeze take you where it may.
Some of the nicest RV parks in the United States are going to be in some of the most remote places you've ever been to in your life. They'll be in the middle of nowhere, but they'll be some of the most beautiful places you'll ever visit.
Yeah, and however, while you gain a lot of great serenity, you lose connection to the outside world.
So let us paint a picture for you. You and your partner are traveling to the campground and just having the best time.
The GPS is directing you, you're pointing out all the scenery, then all of a sudden you lose cell service, you're lost in the woods. I I assure you the mood is quite different and not as friendly.
All of a sudden, we're in this huge argument, and it's all my fault that we're lost. Like I control everything, including the cell phone service.
So be prepared for that. Print out directions in advance. If you're over 40, chances are you have printed out directions line item by line item before.
Yeah, MapQuest, anybody.
Yeah.
And if you are under 40, then there's this thing called a printer. So if you know your family spends the majority of their time streaming music or watching movies on Netflix or scrolling through TikTok, then be prepared to find something else to do for fun.
Well, yeah, sure. You can download music off your playlist. You can download Netflix movies, but that's not the whole reason that you went camping.
It's really not.
Now, you can add the Wi-Fi extender or actually turn your camper into a hotspot itself, but this is only an option if you must have internet.
But be prepared if you don't have that. If you get to one of these out-of-the-way campgrounds, if all of a sudden all of your entertainment options feel like they came out of the 1960s.
Let's do the twist. Is that from the 60s?
You're from the 60s.
So I don't care what kind of camper you have, space is going to be limited for sure.
Yeah, we know that, you know that, so why are you going away for 3 days and packing for 2 months?
Well, I know, but I get it. We all do it. I mean, I packed 10
I
pairs
do.
of underwear for a 4-day trip, in case of emergencies.
What kind of emergency is going on that you need 10 pair of underwear?
Well,
A scary movie marathon, a spin class in the woods.
are you done?
I got one more. A chili eating contest.
You're the worst. So when it comes to packing the kitchen, this is where you can really cut down on a lot of things. You're not going to want to bring a skillet for your eggs, and then a frying pan for your fried foods, and then a griddle for your pancakes. You'll bring one pan for all of those things.
Absolutely. Your goal should be to not do dishes when you're camping on vacation. All your plates should be paper, and your silverware should be able to go through a metal detector, meaning it should be plastic.
You're going to want to use collapsible bowls, collapsible measuring cups. They even have the silicone, like Tupperware that's collapsible. And also you want to save some space and some time. You'll cut up your vegetables and marinate your meats before you even go.
Arby's, we have...
Shut it! No! And if you plan your meal ahead of time, that will actually serve two purposes. The first one being that you're only going to bring what you need for that actual meal.
And second, if the menu is basically all planned out, then that's going to give you much more time to relax.
Scene number 8 in our video series.
Oh, nice plug.
So these tips should really help you cut down on weight, clutter, but most importantly, space.
Yes, and remember, the more you can do in advance, the less you have to think about. Once you're at the campground, you can just kind of shut your brain off and let time pass you by.
I feel like that's how he lives his life every day.
Wow, I'm being attacked.